When you're looking for your first deal, there are 4 things that you should be looking for. The first thing is end buyers.
What is an end buyer? An end buyer is like Cole and myself. People that would actually take down the property and do the full renovation and flip it.
Again, we're looking to get our deal in the first 90 days. The easiest thing to do is, God, I know it sounds scary. You have to talk to them. Oh, goodness. Third thing is lead gen. So lead gen is gonna be a 2-prong approach. And then the last thing, send them the deal. It's not that hard. Find the buyers, talk to them, see what they want, then go find the deal and find more borrowers so you can find more deals for potential end buyers, and then send them the deal. Let's say you went and found a home in Mesa. You said, I think this is a deal. Then you go send it to a flipper like us and send it to them on Instagram or email, deals@mattandcole.com, that's a plug. And we let you know, hey, this is what we would buy it for, here's how you can make money on it, and here's how we can create a win. It's that easy. If you send someone a deal, the money will always follow. Just provide value.
End buyers. When we first started out, this is some of the stuff that we did to help us find end buyers. Number 1, tax data. You just pull a search of the people that are cash buyers in the area that you want to either wholesale and flip in or do your business in. Just pull that data and see who are the cash buyers in that area. When I'm doing a search for tax data, I'm looking at 2 criteria. One that's either cash or somebody that's using private money or hard money. Step 2 is going to be meetups. Go to your local meetups. There you will find a lot of wholesalers, flippers, and people that are going to be doing similar business as you are. So actually, here's a story on how I got my first wholesale deal. I went to a meetup, and while I was at that meetup, I was just taking my traditional listing and I put it in front of one of these wholesalers, and they ended up purchasing it, and that's how I ended up turning my normal commission that I would have made, it would have been roughly around $5,500, into making $10,000 on my first wholesale deal. Essentially, I went into this meetup not knowing anything. I just heard what they had to say, and then I was like, wait, I have a listing. So I put it in front of them. We ended up making it work, and that's how I went from making just my traditional commission to making almost double what I would have made on just doing a normal traditional deal. A lot of people think meetups are just a waste of time. It depends on what you do at the meetup. When I first got into this industry, we were like a sponge. We would go to these meetups and just soak up as much as we can and actually took actions in order to go in the right direction. The last thing to do to try and find end buyers is going to be go to your nearest title company. Go to the title company that you use for your transactions and reach out to them and ask them for a list of investors or a list of people, again, that are doing cash transactions. Title companies, believe it or not, they know a lot of people in that area, because if you're a flipper, typically you use your preferred title company to do all your transactions. So again, they will have a lot of connections when it comes to end buyers and people that are just coming to them on a day-to-day basis purchasing properties. And once you have all of this data, regardless of which tool you end up using, make a spreadsheet. It's as simple as first name, last name, email, and a phone number, and maybe the areas of which they purchase in. Just so, again, you have something to always fall back on, so when you get that deal, you know who to send it to.
All right, so now you've pulled the data. If you went to a meetup, you would have seen them in person, but if you went through a title company or tax data, you likely haven't talked to this person yet. Now, the important part, talk to them. You have the phone number, you have the name, but they don't know who you are and they have no reason to talk to you. So you have to go to them with some value. So you're going to say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Flipper, I'm looking to send you a deal. What is your typical buy box? So now you want to ask them, one, what is your buy box? Which we covered in a previous videos on 3 different types of flips. If you're interested, you can check that out. But what is their buy box? They might say, I'm in Mesa under 500,000. Or they might say, I do Phoenix historic districts. But ask them the type of property that they're looking to flip so you know exactly what this person is an end buyer for. When you have your spreadsheet, like Matt mentioned, you want to add the area that they are actually flipping. Because if you have a deal, let's say you go in Mesa, you can just go in your spreadsheet, Control F, Command F, search Mesa, and then you can reach out to every single person on that list and see who's looking to help you out on that deal. I wish this step was more complicated. You literally just talk to them, see what they want to buy, and then send it to them when you have what they want to buy. It's that easy. Lead gen. This one also is super simple. Step 1, read $100 million leads, okay? That book is basically a picture book, and it shows you exactly what to do. For those of you that still aren't gonna read it, even though I said it was a picture book, there's 4 things you can do. You can run ads, you can make content, you can talk to people you know, and you can talk to people you don't know. So when you're looking to lead gen for whether it's flippers or for deals, these are the 4 methods you can run. You can run ads to looking for cash buyers. That could be an ad. Or you can run an ad for looking for a cash offer on your home. 2 different ads, same strategy. Same thing for content, people you do know and people you don't. It's not super complicated. If you have an Instagram account right now, you could just go DM everyone on that list saying, hey, are you a flipper? I would love to send you a deal. Or, hey, do you need a cash offer? Bonus tip, you can reach out to real estate agents. They are coming across a lot of end buyers and a lot of sellers. So they can help you on both sides of these. But funny thing here, guess what? Whoa. You can do all the same 4 strategies for real estate agents. Whoa, crazy, shocker.
Now it comes down to locking up the deal. You have 2 options. It's either locking up this deal yourself, you are a stud, you know what to do, and you can go and negotiate this with the seller and get it on the contract, and then you've already locked up the deal. Or your second option would be getting somebody's help. So that means you reaching out to your flipper, which would be Cole or myself, and telling us like, hey, I have this deal, I have this opportunity, can you help me put it together, negotiate the deal with the seller so we can get this deal put together and locked up. So you have 2 options again, doing it yourself, you have the confidence and the ability to do that, or your step 2 would be getting help from a flipper that can help facilitate it and get it done for you as well. Locking up a deal yourself, you're typically gonna have to have a few items. Number 1, experience purchasing a property in the past, whether or not that is your primary residence or a different investment property, but you've bought in some sort of real estate in the past and have seen contracts before. Second bullet point is gonna be, you have to actually have a physical contract. It may seem super simple, but you actually have to have the contract itself in order to put the deal together. The seller is not gonna provide that. Step 3 is gonna be earnest money account. A lot of people think it's just super simple. Let's go put stuff together on a piece of paper and agree on that, but you also have to have an earnest money account. When you're locking up a deal, there has to be something called earnest money, which is good faith money, and that's essentially gonna be the money used to open the transaction with your title company. The earnest money can vary depending on the purchase price that you are buying the property for. It could be anywhere from as low as $1,000 or a few $1,000s, maybe even up to tens of thousands of dollars. Next step is gonna be your title company. You have to have title relationships to facilitate the transaction till the finish line. Your hard money / your private money is gonna be the people that are gonna give you the capital in order to close on this property. That goes side by side with your proof of funds. Typically, your hard money, your private money people are gonna give you that proof of funds in order to show that to the seller, to show that you're actually good for purchasing the property and you have the ability to come up with the money at the day of closing in order to fulfill your part of the contract. If you can't put all of these things together, you go from making a lot of money to no money at all, because then essentially the deal will blow up and fall to pieces. That's when we get into the next step of getting help. Getting help is coming to Cole and myself and saying, hey, we have all of the experience, the contracts, the earnest money accounts, and all of these things in order to get your deal done for you. You may ask, why would we go and get help? We're not gonna make the most amount of money. But again, it's gonna be the easiest and smoothest way, as simple as shooting us a text, a DM, or an email saying, hey, can you look at this? Can we put this deal together? We have worked with so many agents, and these agents have a lot of experience selling real estate. But keep in mind, these agents will still call us and put deals in front of us because they rather make a piece of something big than make 100% of nothing. We don't want this to take away from their day-to-day business, but we could just be a tool in their tool belt. Sometimes when you guys just want to hit the easy button, this option of getting help is always available. Don't always feel like you have to do it on your own. Bonus tip, guys, once you've actually locked up your deal, make sure you send it to the actual end buyers in order to get your deal sold. And again, we went over it in the previous steps on where to build your dispo list. Don't overthink it. You could either text them, call them, DM them, email it, whatever it takes. Just put it in front of them. It's just as simple as that. If there's anything you guys want a deeper dive on that we've already covered, comment down below and we'll make a video specific to that.
If you do all of these things, you will have a deal in the first 90 days, potentially sooner. The only thing holding you back is you and your own effort. If you only meet 10 flippers, you only have 10 buy boxes. You only have 10 end buyers. If you go and say, hey, I'm gonna go contact 10 sellers to put a cash offer in, your percentage of it working out is tiny. So ideally, if you can talk to 20 to 50 different people every single day, you will 1,000% have a deal in the first 90 days, if not in the first 30. So the entire point of this is based on your effort. We can't do it for you. You have to go out there and actually talk to people. If any of this was helpful, comment down below and subscribe. It helps us a ton. Thanks. Peace.